Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at a Decepticon Ultra Pretender Roadblock. What we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a quick look at him in all of his modes. I'm going to show you the accessories that come with him. I'm also going to point out some things that you need to be aware of if you're after purchasing one for yourself. And I'm lucky enough to have one of the boxes as well, so what we can do is we can have a look at the artwork on the front and of course the battle scene on the back. I'd also like to take the opportunity again to thank people who are still subscribing, and again keep your comments coming forward and hopefully I can do a showcase for yourselves. As a reminder, I do have all of the Hasbro Generation 1 continuity of figures, so I should have him, so yeah, I can do a showcase for you if you want me to. Right, let's get started. So this guy, his name's Roadblock. He came out in 1989 and he was part of Series 6 of the wave of Transformers that filled up the Generation 1 continuity. So what we've got here is we've got a little inner robot, and this goes inside one of the Pretender shells, and then that can even fit inside the vehicle as well. So it's a bit like Transformers versions of Russian Doll, shall we say. When I was a child I didn't really appreciate it, the Pretenders at all, to be fair. I just thought, you know, I think basically because of their really minimal and basic transformation, I was coming into me near enough my teens then, so I wasn't exactly enjoying them. But here we go, now as I'm an adult and now we've got them all and I can appreciate them, I suppose how hard it is to make the figures do exactly what they do. So let's have a look at what comes with him first and foremost. So we need these two guns, which are here, and these can go inside the shell's hands, which I'm just going to do now. You don't necessarily have to have these, but there's the guns that can fit in there. They can also fit in the top of the shell there, and then I'll show you in a second that they do also fit in the shell's jet form as well. So these are quite important if you want to display them sort of in robot mode. They're not exactly 100%. You can obviously still stand him there, but it is quite nice to have them with his weapons. The other weapon that comes with him is, oh, there we go, typical, is the small attachment here, and you need the two attachments on here. So you've got the little dowel on the top, which can go into the little robot's hand, and then you've got the larger dowel on the top, which goes into the top there. That's literally just sort of balancing, and that'll lead me on to my first point. And the first point that to be aware of, especially with these, is gold plastic syndrome. I've actually done a video on it if you're unsure what it is. I'll just do a quick recap. The gold plastic figures, they do have a tendency to break very easily from just transforming them, and from even just putting the weapons into his hands. So them little holes there, literally the hands can break, and at the back there as well. I've got a figure here and I can just show you quickly that his hand there, is it going to focus? There you go, you can see that it's just broke around the outside of his hand, and that'll have been from a previous owner, probably literally just putting the weapon in his hand. So that's very important to be aware of that. Lots of people don't even transform them. Again, I'm quite lucky, I've got a couple there, but they don't get transformed at all. They just sit exactly as they are. So let's have a look at the main shell. The main shell, I've raised the gun up there, and you can also then take the robot. There's two dowels there, and if you wanted to, you can attach the feet to him there. I'm just going to balance it, but there you go, you can see, so he can man the turret on the top of that if you want to display it that way. I've already mentioned that you can put the guns here. I'm just going to put them all on now just so you can see what the shell does look like. So you can literally put all the weapons in and they fit like so. So you've got your powered up armoured shell there. With regards to the shell, you're obviously looking for the fact that the wheels turn. And because it is a Pretender, sometimes they do tend to get quite dirty inside, and the metal there can corrode as well. This one's quite a good example. It's okay. Stickers are all where they should be, so that makes it look good as well, but it's quite a big shell, to be fair. So what you've got inside then is the part of this is the first part of the shell, and this can actually transform into this little shuttle there. So that's, you can just tell we folded the legs up, we folded the arms back, and then if we take these weapons again, you can put them right in his hands. So that makes that jet look a little bit more impressive. And yeah, that's quite cool. Obviously it's just the shell, it's got its own little transformation. I'm going to take this guy out nice and carefully if I can without breaking him. But then of course he is a pretender. So at the back of him there, we fold these wings, oops, out of the way. I'm going to put the little guy in the back. I'll show you how to do that. I'm just going to quickly, there we go. So you'd fold these wings out of the way. You'd have the feet folded down as well. And let's see, actually, let's pull this up and see if we can slot him in. There we go, nice and safe. So that is the pretender, and then this is what I mentioned about your Russian dolls. So you fold that up, you fold that up. I might as well go to this one because it's the nearest. We'll lift that up, and then there you go. So there is the pretender, because it's pretending to be a vehicle. Let's get it back out. So, other things that you do need to be aware of. There's a tail fin on the back there, and there's some other fins there for the wings on the spaceship when he's in that mode. But otherwise, the main thing you're looking out for is this gold plastic, and I'll just show you again what it looks like. Oh, both of his hands are damaged. So you can see the one in this hand has got the correct fists, and the one in this hand has got the damaged, and that can literally be, as I said, just from putting the weapon inside his hands. So try and avoid that if you can. But yeah, quite a cool machine, quite a cool vehicle, and again, it's grown on me over the years. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm going to bring the box a bit closer. So there's the overall, there's the artwork for him. I do really like that. I forgot to actually just do a quick little show you of him in his little attack vehicle mode. You can clearly see it's just a robot folded up. However, it still looks quite cool. I think it's the colour scheme that, you know, even though it is the gold plastic, which is absolutely useless as it's aged, it makes that vehicle look really good. Now, the thing that's on the box that is a big difference is the artwork. They have, obviously, all the test pieces had a totally different colour scheme to the shell, and I've got to confess, I think that looks a lot better. We've obviously got the purple, whereas they've got the gold. So you can see there's a big difference there. I think I would have preferred that, to be honest. I think it does look much better. So if we spin it round, what we've got on the back is the battle scene there. So we've got Skyhammer and Roadblock, and this is a bit similar to the Micromaster bases at the time, because what they were doing is every Autobot had its nemesis in the Decepticons, and the battle scenes pretty much depicted that. So you've got the Autobot, Ultra Pretender, and there you've got the Decepticon one. But it's a nice piece of artwork. It does look good. There's something funny that somebody commented on one of my videos on one of the newer figures, saying that Hasbro had a tendency for making ginormous boxes for figures when you don't really need it. I think you'll have to agree that they've obviously always done it, because look at the size of that box for what we've just managed to pull out of it. So it looks like they've always done it. But there we go. This is going to conclude the look at 1989 Decepticon Ultra Pretender Roadblock. Again, hope you liked it. Hope I was able to, you know, point out a few things that you didn't know or make you aware of. I'm trying to get as much information in these now as possible. I'm taking everybody's feedback on. So again, I'm not making them too long, but I'm hopefully covering the areas that you'd like to know and be aware of the figure. Again, thank you very much for watching, and take care.